This is 3 News Daily.
Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Daily on this Friday, October 14th. I'm Stephanie Haney here with your top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. And we start with breaking news today for Harry Potter fans. We have sad news. Robbie Coltrane, who played the beloved character Hagrid, has passed away. Now, the Scottish actor was a member of the cast for all 8 movies. He passed away at a hospital near his home in Scotland, well known for his work in the Harry Potter series, also for his role in James Bond and Cracker. He passed away at 72 years old. We're thinking of his family. He leaves behind 2 children. And now we have an update on a brutal murder. Armond Johnson is in court this afternoon to learn how much time he'll spend behind bars before he's eligible for parole for the 2019 murders of 4 people in Cleveland's Slavic Village neighborhood. 2 of the victims were young children, and one of them was his own son. Johnson was found guilty of shooting and killing Takira Collins and David Cousin and setting fire to Takira's house with his son and Takira's daughter inside, and both of those children died in the fire. Now, in more legal news, another woman has filed a civil lawsuit against Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson, claiming that he sexually assaulted her. This woman, also a licensed massage therapist, was not part of the original group of accusers. She says Watson assaulted her during a massage session at a Houston hotel in 2020. The woman's lawyer, Anissa Nguyen, released the following statement. The plaintiff came to us to see if we would be a good fit to help her stand up and speak out against Deshaun Watson. She knows there is incredible value and power with sharing her story, despite knowing it will bring on the hard conversation. Now, due to a provision in the settlement between Watson and the NFL, it is not likely that this will affect his 11-game suspension. There were 24 similar complaints issued against him in court, and 23 of those have already been settled. Watson was allowed to return to the Browns headquarters on Monday for team meetings. The Browns have not yet responded to this latest accusation. We'll keep you up to date when that happens, if it happens, on air and on WKYC.com. And speaking of the Browns, here's what's going on this weekend. They are facing the New England Patriots on Sunday and hoping to redeem themselves after that tough loss in the last moments last week. So they're home on Sunday, and that kickoff starts at 1 p.m. Both teams go into this game with 2 wins and 3 losses. And I, for one, do not want to see the Browns go 2-4. So a win would be very nice. Please and thank you, especially before they go on the road next week to play the Baltimore Ravens. And in 2 weeks, the Browns will honor Joe Haden before their game against the Bengals. Haden, if you remember, he signed a 1-day contract so that he could retire as a Browns player. He had 90 career games here in Cleveland, and he racked up 377 tackles, 101 pass defenses, and 19 interceptions. He was set to enter his 8th season with the Browns in 2017, but he was released in training camp. That was when the team was trying to rebuild. Then he signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he played for 5 seasons. So you may be wondering, why did he want to retire as a Brown? Well, he was a fan favorite during his time here in Cleveland, and he really connected with our city. I mean, can you blame him? Cleveland, Pittsburgh? I think he made the right choice. So people are excited to see this happening, and he'll be honored at that Bengals game coming up at the end of October. Okay, now to baseball and our Cleveland Guardians, because they're playing right now in New York, and that's because yesterday's game with the Yankees was postponed because of the game. So right now, here's what we're looking at. It's the bottom of the 2nd, and the Yankees are up by 2. So we're hoping that they pull it together, get some scores on the board, because Game 3 will be tomorrow right here at home, and we want them to go into that 1-1. We don't want them to go into that 0-2. And we learned this morning that that game on Saturday, it's already sold out. So the first pitch on Saturday night at 7:37 p.m. If hopefully that Game 4 is needed, that'll be at Progressive Field on Sunday. That first pitch is scheduled for 7:07. And then if Game 5 is needed, the Guardians and the Yankees will head back to New York with the first pitch at 7:37 p.m. on Monday night. Now, remember our Dr. Amy Acton, our voice of calm and reason during the COVID-19 pandemic? Well, she was in Cleveland this morning. She was the keynote speaker for a conference at the Case Western Reserve University, and this was on the study of aging. She spoke about the pandemic and how, despite the negatives, Ohio actually saw some positives coming out of the pandemic. Our 3 News health correspondent Monica Robbins talked with her today, and you'll be able to catch that interview. That'll be starting at 4 o'clock on What's New. And here's a story. that you just can't make up, because DoorDash customers in Streetsboro, they got their food delivered from some unexpected people this week. Get this. Streetsboro police arrested a DoorDash driver on a warrant, but they didn't want to leave the food in the car undelivered. And listen, we all get hangry every once in a while, right? So the police made sure that it got to the right place and dropped off the order themselves. So the department shared this story and the video of the delivery from a doorbell camera on their Facebook page. And the customers say they were very thankful to the officers for going out of the way to get them their food order. I bet they were shocked when they saw that footage and saw a cop at the door. They were thinking, what did I do? I just ordered some DoorDash. Okay, now listen, science is absolutely incredible. We have new information on a cold case. There were human remains found under a bridge in Indiana in 1994, and just yesterday, officials identified that victim as someone from here in Cleveland. So you can see the photo along with an artist's reconstruction of her face. This is Doreen M. Tiedemann, and she was announced missing in May of 1996. So through the use of modern science, the Indiana State Police Laboratory locked in her identity using the DNA of her relatives. The way that we're using DNA now to solve crimes is absolutely incredible. Initially, investigators believed that her body had been in that wooded area for several months. Now, Tiedemann would have been 34 years old at the time of her death, and officials say, obviously, this is a bittersweet ending for the family. Hopefully they're able to have some closure now. That's a long time to not know what happened to one of your loved ones. And if you're interested in the details of this case, we have more about the investigation. That's on WKYC.com. All right, thanks for being here for today's edition of 3 News Daily, whether you're watching us on Instagram or the WKYC YouTube page or on WKYC Plus, which is for free on your Roku and Fire TV apps. Also, this is a podcast, so if you prefer to listen to your news, you can catch 3 News Daily with Stephanie Haney on every podcast platform, so check us out there if you're interested. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here Monday with more 3 News Daily.